Lesson 1 covers tracing, line embossing and shade embossing, as well as a few little tricks for flowers and leaves. As you can see from the two examples, you can mount your finished designs to make a simple card. For Lesson 1 you will need the Lesson 1 pattern, which is included with this DVD, parchment paper, I prefer to use 160 gram weight, magic tape, this is a low-tack tape which allows you to reposition your work, a mapping pen and white ink which I use for tracing, a damp sponge in a container for cleaning your nib, kitchen towel or any paper will do, it's only for resting your hand on while working to prevent your work from being marked, an embossing mat, I am using a dense rubber type mat, a medium ball tool, I am using a PCA, a Parchment Craft Australia tool, a scriber tool, again this is a PCA tool, and a tea light. This helps the ball tools to move over the parchment easily when embossing. We are now ready to start Lesson 1. We have deliberately filmed this in real time so you can work along with the DVD. Prepare a workstation where you can sit and be comfortable, in a well lit area, and if you need them, a good pair of glasses or a magnifier. To secure the parchment over the pattern, roll about an inch of magic tape into a tube so the sticky is on the outside. Place two pieces above your pattern. Before using the ink, give it a shake from side to side. As a tip, don't shake up and down as the ink collects in the cap and is wasted. To start tracing, take your mapping pen and gently wipe the nib on your damp sponge. This will help the ink to flow from the nib. To load the nib with ink, dip the pen into the ink up to the well. The well is the hole in the nib. When you take the pen out of the ink, there is no need to scrape the nib on the side of the bottle. When you are tracing, try to hold the pen as upright as possible. This is a fundamental technique and produces the fine lines which are the benchmark of Parchment Craft. But don't worry, this does take practice. Another tip for you is to use a light pressure and skate over the surface, barely touching the paper. Where possible, use the nib sideways on to the line you are tracing. It does help to move the pattern rather than work in an awkward position. I am keeping my pattern very still to help with filming. Also, when you are tracing, try to start at the top of the pattern and work down to prevent ink smudges. These are the lines produced by using your mapping pen in a normal writing position. Compare these with the lines produced when using the correct technique.